Blaster Master. I played through this for the first time last couple of days, or for the past week or two. I thought it was a ton of fun, and I had a lot of questions, but the original Japanese version, which shouldn't be too much different, most of the things are like a cosmetic difference with the story, and I kind of wanted to start it by going over the manuals. So we have the English manual. It tells this story about a guy named Jason. So your pet frog, Fred, escapes its fishbowl, and there was a radioactive chest in the backyard, I guess, and the frog touched it and mutated it and grew to enormous size, and they fell through the earth, and Jason fell into the hole, and there was a tank there, and apparently there were radioactive mutants underneath the earth, and you have to fight the plutonium boss for some reason. So that's the English manual story. I also found out... Here, let's see if I can just drop that on there. The back of the box says something about the New York sewers are never like this. You've fallen down a hidden manhole into a world of creatures so terrifying they'd scare rats away. So this is kind of weird. It's saying prehistoric creatures. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't know. If, like, this was probably written at a different time than the game story in the manual, but it's sort of another take on what you're doing. Get rid of that. So that's the story in the English manual. In the Japanese manual, so in Japanese the game's called Chou-Wakusei Senki Metafight, which apparently means like super planetary battle story meta fight. I think Senki sometimes gets translated as record of war or something, but like the recorded history of a war, I guess. So it's a space wars meta fight. The first page on the left, there's like Sunsoft saying, "We hope you like our game. Here's some things not to do with the cartridge." Then there's a story. So the story is that this, I think they called it like the Dark Star Cluster or something like that. Forces have taken over various planets, and we're fighting back. So we're from an organization called Nora. The bad guys are led by a guy named Goez. And yeah, that's sort of the basis of it. And our characters, his name's Kane Gardner. He's the pilot, and he's 15 years old, I guess. And his mechanic is Jennifer Coronetto, I think is her name. And they'll work together. I think she is in the back of the tank, keeping it maintained and working. And he's driving the thing, and then he gets out sometimes. And there's a bit about Goez, talking about how he plans to take over the universe. So I think this stuff here wasn't too different. It tells you like that the game is... I got a general sense of all this. I don't remember in my head. Like, I can't... My Japanese is not good enough to read this quickly, but I I did some translating and got a general sense of it, and I'm going from memory now. Yeah. So it tells you some stuff. It tells you, like, here are how the area is laid out. The English manual explicitly tells you somewhere, oh, to reach stage 4, you must return to stage 2, then go to stage 1. I don't think the Japanese manual says that, but it describes this in more detail, and it says, like, the areas are connected in this way, and that there are 8 stages. And you also have a more detailed description of the side view mode of the game and a description of the top view, whereas the English manual just has joystick operation. So it's a bit abbreviated, but one thing that they critically left out in the top view, there's a note here that says you can hold the A button to keep your firing in one direction while you move around. So strafe mode, basically, as we know it now. There's also a note here that just says you can press up to fire upward. There might be a little bit more to that, but I couldn't quite get all of it. So here it just says vehicle can shoot up, so I guess it's kind of covered. What else was there? Descriptions of the various things. I think that's pretty much covered in here. What things do. There's a difference in what's mapped. So you have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And here it does have, it says stagey, and then it says area in English. So this manual also has, like, the conflation of stage and area. But it only goes up to 4, and then it stops. Whereas this one goes 1, 2, 3, and then it skips 4 and 5, which seems like an accident, and then goes to 6 and 7. So that's kind of odd to me. It doesn't have the list of... I guess it has this picture that's kind of showing us all the bosses, whereas in this it just has screenshots, which are sort of in a weird order, and it's missing the jellyfish boss, and then there's the final boss. And then it has these special hints, which are basically like the sequence of things you do to complete the game, I guess. I don't think the Japanese one has that, so it has some notes about specific points in the game. I think this is telling you, like, you can go between areas in a place like this, and sometimes you have to enter places like that. And it also mentions that there's, like, the top-down sections, there's several in each area, and one of them has the boss. It says all that stuff. And then there's this, which I think says that you only have 5 continues. Like, it tells you if you game over, you can continue. But I think it says you can only continue 5 times. And I'm not 100% sure of the language here, but... so I might look at that more closely later. But the Japanese version of this game, you can continue indefinitely, as far as I can tell. You can continue far more than 5 times, so I don't think that's true. And then this had some hints. So this had special hints, but they aren't actually that. They're just the sequence of the game. This had slightly better hints, I think. It had stuff like you can shoot down the boss's projectiles, I think was the last one. I forget what the other ones were, but they weren't super deep, but they were a little bit helpful. Anyway, so that's the difference in manual, I guess. And now I'm gonna try and play the game. So sorry I didn't say hello earlier. Hi Tark6, how's it going? So here's the title screen. There is no introduction. It just sits on this screen. Oh, I forgot to mention. So the planet is Sophia the Third. It's supposedly somewhere near the middle of the galaxy. In the Epsilon area. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a quadrant but yeah, so across the top it says Chou-Wakusei Senki, and then Metafight, and then in English Metafight on top of it. Also, Tokai. I'm not sure to what extent Tokai is like a subsidiary or maybe a company that contracted with Sunsoft. Like, I kind of wonder, because there's so much in common with this game and other Sunsoft games. It seems like it was made by people that must have carried on with the company. So I'd kind of like to look into who Tokai is a little bit more, but they seem to be like a co-developing company for this game. Maybe. Or maybe I'm getting like developer and publisher mixed up or something. Hi there, Noru. How's it going? Anyway, so here we go. This starting screen is a bit different. It's like some garage, I guess, space garage. And instead of just being a tunnel, it is like a yellow tunnel in the English version. So that's how the game starts. And from here on, I think it'll be pretty similar. I'm only aware of one change in the actual game, other than you get unlimited continues. So Tokai is just Sunsoft. Well, like, Ultra was a weird thing with Nintendo of America, where Nintendo didn't want to appear to be treating Konami as a favorite by letting them release so many games each year. So they made them release stuff under a different name. But in this case, well, that wouldn't have existed for Famicom. Like, the cartridges weren't licensed by Nintendo. Sunsoft would have just made them, published them themselves. So I don't think anything equivalent could have existed in Japan. Like, there's no lockout system or licensing system like there was in North America. But I don't know, I think Sunsoft's been around for a while, so like... Hang on, oh. Accidentally pressed the wrong button on my controller. So I'm no longer streaming from my Nintendo hardware because it's been giving me problems lately. So I'm just emulating tonight. Saves me a little bit of hassle. So let's see. Oh, the power appeared. So I found like once the power and gun appeared over here, but like only once. And most of the time nothing appears. So here it looked like one thing appeared. I don't know if that was random luck or... Wait, why am I using grenades? There we go. Alright, first boss. Oh wait, not yet. First we pick up some missiles. Ah! Okay. Yeah, like it definitely seems like this must be made by the same people that made other Sunsoft games. So I don't know what to extent it's a shell company. Maybe, I don't know. I'm using autofire tonight. Partly because I can. Because I'm emulating, but also I was doing stuff with my hands, like screwing a lot of screws in with some wood stuff yesterday, and my hands are really tired. I don't think I can sustain mashing for the boss, so I'm just going to use autofire. I keep pressing the Heather RT55J, thanks for the congratulations. Hope you're having a good night. So that's the first boss. Actually, maybe I should try out the pause trick that I've heard about. So from what I understand, if you fire a grenade and pause, it keeps acting, so it'll keep doing damage to the boss. So I gotta try that out. Maybe I'll try that on the second boss. I don't know what implications it could have for Famicom, because, like, Famicom did not have a lockout system, and companies just published their own carts. Like, they built their carts and released them. Like, in North America, companies could just do... Or, in North America, Nintendo made all the cartridges. The lockout system was, you know, a protected secret, and it meant if you wanted to make cartridges, you had to deal with Nintendo and go through them, and Nintendo built all the cartridges. But Famicom carts were just made by all sorts of companies, and there was no lockout stuff to make that hard. Companies probably would have contacted Nintendo for information. Whether or not they gave up information or not, I'm not sure. Like, I feel like they must have given information to various companies to get them to make games for it, but so I don't know how often they would have had to work directly with Nintendo beyond getting information from them initially, but there was there seemed to be no particular hardware thing stopping it, and like Konami made their own carts and they just made as many games as they wanted. And Sunsoft did. In North America, Sunsoft is the only company, I think, that like, they had some of their own hardware that they put into carts. Actually, okay, so that makes sense. So they probably would have dealt for Nintendo for this cart, because I think the mapper it uses they would have bought from Nintendo. Avoid a limitation by contract with Nintendo. So what limitation? I don't know. It's just like I am unaware of any. Well, I don't know. They could have had a contract that said they couldn't do stuff, which. But I don't know. Like the name Sunsoft is on this game. Like it's on the title screen. It's not like Ultra where. They were deliberately hiding the name Konami. And with Ultra, it wasn't Konami hiding from Nintendo. It was Nintendo hiding Konami from their other licensors. So here, nobody's hidden, but I don't know. Maybe there was some part of some deal they had with Nintendo that meant it made sense for them to do that. But yeah, thinking about it, like this game did use a Nintendo-made mapper chip, I believe. So they would have had to buy those chips from Nintendo. But later, Sunsoft, I know, made their own mapper chips, and they were actually the only company that had one of their own mappers approved by Nintendo in North America so that they could put it in carts that got sold here. It got used in like later Batman sequel, I'm not sure what else. But like Konami, when they brought their games here, they had a whole series of their own custom mappers, which they didn't want to go through like an approval process with Nintendo, so they just converted their games to Nintendo mappers. Well, yeah, I get, like, a license limit could have applied if people made some deal with Nintendo that Nintendo's providing something. And maybe that's why Konami made their own mappers. Like, all the Konami games use Konami mappers, and maybe that's the deal. Nintendo supplies some of the hardware and development information, and you can only make so many games a year or whatever. So maybe that was a deal in Japan. Hang on, I should clear out this room before I power up. Stuck on the wall for a moment. So, yeah, it's quite possible, but like it's also evident that many companies did not have any kind of limitation deal, or at least Konami didn't seem to. Okay, let's try this out. Get like, oh wow, you can hear it. So I hit it with a grenade and paused, and you can just hear it doing damage. That's funny. Alright. Well, that makes short work of that boss. I didn't realize my thumbs would be so tired today. Just from, like, screwing in screws into wood a lot yesterday, like... Definitely not up to the mashing. So I don't know. It's fun to see what that exploit's like. I didn't want to use that in my first playthrough because I don't know. It seemed like less fun. I wanted to meet the challenge. But then again, like the final boss, I felt like I accidentally found a really easy way to do it. Alright, so third stage should be down and to the left. Hey. So far, I haven't seen anything different about the game other than the title screen and lack of the introduction. Oh wait, no, it's not this way. But I did find it really curious that the Japanese manual seems to say that you only get 5 continues, which is true in the US version, but is not true in this version. Oh. There we go. Which makes me wonder if that was like an intended thing that they turned off for development or something, and then forgot to turn back on. Like, I think the other day, I don't know, people, like, routinely bring up games being adapted for the rental market in North America, which I think is only actually true in, like, a minority of cases, but it's an idea people always have when the US version is harder. But the fact that it says, like, it does in the US version what it says it does in the Japanese version makes me think that they had intended that all along and accidentally left it out in the Japanese version. And then there's the one thing that I know is different, which is like the bridge to, or the room that you unlock to go to stage 5. Is a really weird and obtuse looking flying leap thing, and which I'm excited to see whenever we get to it. I've only seen pictures of it, but there was a developer interview cited on the cutting room floor talking about the change, which was saying that the US staff complained about that room, so they changed it. But I was thinking, like, it would have been a lot less reasonable, or it would be a lot more reasonable with unlimited continues than with only 5. Okay, I gotta be careful here. Oh, I'm out of lightning. Used it a lot. Oh well. I'll probably be fine. Just have to make it another couple of rooms here. Is that the way? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. forgotten. All right. Final area of stage 3. This stage is really long. Huh. Oh, there it is. I knew there was an enemy up here somewhere. So I don't know, a complaint like that to me suggests that they thought it was too hard, rather than they were trying to make it harder. So this room is always a real nuisance to climb out of, because these things are always overhead, and they're hard to... like, you can't see them, and they spawn kind of late. As you're coming down, going up toward them. So they're really hard to avoid, because they immediately drop a... oh, I missed that one. That's hanging on you. Oof. Oh no, I'm not doing well. Could use a refill here. Right. Trying to go carefully here. Okay, that's good. Okay, doing a little better now. Whoa! Alright. So, stage 3 boss area. Here we go. Trying to remember how this goes. We go down and to the right? Oh, no. It's just down here. Ah, I lost some gun. So if I'm lucky, I'll get a little bit of gunpowder from these. Nope. Oh well. Oh, right, this room. Okay. Ah, this is much nicer without a fire. Oh! That felt unfair. Lost the gun I just picked up. Alright. guess this particular boss isn't very susceptible to the pause trick, because each of these only really takes a few grenades to take out, but you can only pause on one of them at a time. Alright. Away we go. We have the hover. Wow, I didn't even pick up full hover on the way here. That's kind of interesting. Oops. Okay, that's a good fill up. Here's where I need the hover. On my little. And then I think I need a little more just ahead. Oh yes, this room. Okay. So that's what I mean. As soon as I... so I can do that to make them appear, but I have to be ready anyway. Oh, I can't even shoot it as it's coming down? Or... I don't know. Anyway, that room always felt unfair to me. Okay. Not too bad now. Got some power back. Head back through the shortcut. So, now that I have hover, I can go all the way back to the start of the game and reach Area 4. Oh yeah, so... I guess I already pointed that out, but I could show it again. But just in the English manual, it actually says... right here, to reach stage 4 you must return. To stage 2, then stage 1. And the door's in stage 1. And it's on the map. So wait, hang on. This has a map of stage 1. Oh. Yeah, it's right there. So it's on the map. Area 4. So I guess they don't spell it out, but they give you a map. They give you two maps that sort of diagram it. Whereas I guess the English, in the English manual, they decided people are gonna have trouble with this. We should tell them exactly what to do there. This the way? Alright. I can just drill through here. Alright, Area 1, we've returned. Okay, I'm gonna need to pick up some hover. think probably the ascent could be done with just like 4 units of hover, but probably want to try it with 5. Or maybe 6. Pick up a little bit of hover here. Hopefully I won't fall off. No! I think I'll go for one more. Just in case. There we go. Okay. That should be enough. Alright, we're back here at the very start of the game. Now we begin ascending. So sometimes those guys will be facing left, sometimes not. But you gotta be... can't just go straight up, because they tend to knock you down. So it does look like I needed 5 for that one. Alright, Area 4. So supposedly this is where the one altered room is. And that might be it. That might be the only thing that's changed in the game, but... other than the limited continue system working. So over to the right, it's going to be different. But first I have to go into a sewer and find a key. Right. Not this way. So, I take the first down, and then go as far left as I can at the immediate turn. And then here I go down as far down as I can. And after that, we just go right, and it's linear. It's only one way to go from here. I don't need to bother collecting hover because I'll get some in the dungeon. Woo! Still got that frog croak sound in the music. I'm glad that's still there. It's kind of an annoying place for it to be standing. Alright. Oh wait, no, I do need some hover. I was wrong. I knew I needed some on the way out, but I forgot. Okay, that's good. I'll leave my tank here in good shape. Ah. Three shots, and then oh. Ah. This area has a lot of power refills and stuff, but not a whole lot of gun power. Ah, I just lost one of them too. I just lost both of them. There's some hover, rather. I think there's a flashing hover just over here. Oh, that's a weird position. Alright. So, what's this boss? This is the lobster? No, this is the frog. Which I guess I can... just do in one... Oh, that wasn't enough. Oh no! It works both ways! That's really funny. So, apparently the pause cheat... Okay, so pausing stops working, or it stops being... Hang on. I don't remember these sound effects, but oh, I couldn't hear the NES as well with when I was playing earlier. Okay, so I'll leave this a little bit longer this time. Oh, I see. The sound effect. You can hear the sound effect change when when it's out of health, I think. So if you get here and you're low on power, you could walk through the dungeon and fight these guys to get some power back. But you kind of don't want to be on 0 health when you go down this ladder because of this enemy that comes out here. Oh, it was polite this time. Sometimes it's rude and shoots you and knocks you off the ladder. Sometimes it waits till you're low on the ladder. So for a moment I was thinking that the frog sound effects were different, the frog boss, but I don't think they were. I think I just couldn't hear them very well when I was playing on the NES because I had to listen through my CRT speakers, and oftentimes there was background noise and stuff when I was playing, which made it harder to hear it. But now I've just got headphones and an emulator. Everything's nice and clear. Ooh. For some reason that felt slippery. Okay. So here comes the part I was most excited to see in the Japanese version of the game. The key room. Which I expect to take me a couple tries. Switched to playing with an overhand grip because I realize my hands are still tired. I didn't realize that would affect me so much trying to play this game again. So this game, like the mashing in this game is physically taxing, I would say. Auto fire pad may be recommended. I didn't find it too much on a day when my hands weren't tired, but you know, I feel like the older I get, the less tolerance I'll have for that. Okay, so here we go. So in the English version, there's a series of platforms that you kind of step on to get down to the bottom here, to get around to the other side and unlock the door. Here, that enemy's in the same place. But it's a big empty room. You gotta jump and hit that ladder. Oh wow. Never seen that happen again. That happened before. That was funny. I let the sentry robot in. So, it seems easy enough to remember where the ladder is. It's just next to that trunk. Now the question is, if I just jump and... Oh, no, I think I need to press up or something. But here's the thing, like, if this was tricky, I would have as many tries as I wanted. Hi there, Fistbit. Yeah, I cleared it 2 days ago, and now I'm playing the Japanese version just to see the minor differences. And I've finally gotten to the one gameplay difference that I know of, and that's just this key room has a more strange solution. Oh, I don't know, the ending was cute. Someone pointed out that his hair had changed color. I'd like to know, I'd like to find out that Okay, holding down, not what you need to do. I wonder how many tries this will take. I don't think it was Nintendo. I think it was their US localization staff. This is tricky. Hi there, Garrett CRW. Oh, I like that. You can see it spinning now. I don't know, there was an excerpt of an interview. You can look it up on TCRF, but they said their US staff didn't like this room. Oh, missed it again. However, as I was saying, in this version you have unlimited continues, which means it's not that big a deal if you have to spend 10 attempts or whatever here, whereas probably the first time you get here in the US version, if it was like this, you know, this would have been game over. And then again, like, who knows how many playthroughs it would take to finally figure it out. However, what I found was in the Japanese manual, it seems to say that the game is only supposed to have 5 continues, which makes me think that they accidentally turned off the continue counter or something. And they had just restored it for this version, because that's how it was always supposed to be. Okay, so the solution isn't to hold up or to hold down. Oh, looking at the continue code? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there's, like, evidence that they, like, disabled it or something like that. Because the Japanese manual, I looked at it, and it does apparently say that there should be 5 continues. So how am I supposed to catch this ladder? What is the... The other problem is there's, like, nowhere in the game... Oh, I can practice right here. I have to tap the A button while falling. There we go. Also, apparently you can... Oh, auto fire doesn't help, but apparently you can jump up ladders to climb them faster. Oh, man. I was worried I was stuck in the wall there. Okay, so I gotta jump, and then tap A. There we go, I did it. Tap A when you touch the ladder. Wow. Yeah, that was extra obtuse, just because, like, you don't just have to land on it. You have to figure out how to... what button is responsible for catching it. Which I did not expect it to be the A button. I expected it to be pressing down or pressing up or holding down or holding up. Okay. So I think from here on in the game will be the same, except I assume the ending is different, because I don't think you're going to be sitting on a tank next to a frog at the end of this version. I think instead you might be next to your co-pilot. Yeah, it would make more sense if you know, he still slipped off if you tried to grab the ladder at that velocity, but I don't know. Yeah, I like the frog there. I also liked to realize that whatever 2 frogs that we blew up were apparently not our pet. And our pet is still okay. Yeah, the intro is really good. It's super charming, and it's a real shame that it's missing from this version, because, like, it's a really nice touch. Oh, I've done this a bit hastily. Okay. And actually, hang on, I want a save state right here. Okay. Just in case. So now that I'm playing in an emulator, I'm taking advantage of auto-fire and stuff. But also my hands are tired today. Not from playing the game, but just from other stuff I was doing. Okay, this room, I'll run straight to the top. There we go. Also, I'm taking advantage of the grenade exploit on the bosses just because it's fun. Now that I feel I've mastered them anyway. I don't feel a necessity to do it again. Whew, only gave me one gun. So, I guess this boss should be susceptible to grenade in theory. I don't know if it's working on this boss. Might have to fight this boss. Pause trick doesn't work on Crab. Hi there, the RPG fan. How's it going? Guess I'll need to take another... Oh, I gotta do this whole section again? Well, actually I just took a save state. I might as well take advantage of it. So, yeah, other than what I'm assuming is going to be different in the ending, I don't know if there's going to be any other differences than that. I haven't heard of any. It's also funny, like, using the pause trick and stuff, it sort of gets me through what I kind of felt was the worst part of the game. I didn't mind the bosses so much, it's just they're really long, and they were physically taxing. And these levels were kind of fun to play once, once I was only going through them like once per playthrough, but doing them over and over to, you know, get some gunpowder again to fight this boss, they got pretty tedious. Whereas, like, the tank sections never got tedious for me. I really love how the tank moves, and it's just... find it a lot of fun. So this section would have been constant mashing, now I'm just holding auto fire. I wonder how the speedrun has to cope with this boss then, if the pause trick doesn't work. So I guess this boss must have, once it gets hit, it's stunned and invulnerable. Unlike the other bosses. Oh no, no, I've taken damage, now I'm gotta stand in the fire. This is kind of the worst thing about this boss, that you don't have any gun power up. You gotta stand in its face. I should take a save state closer to it, I guess. In my other playthroughs, it was taking me like 1 or 2 tries to beat it. But tonight I'm in a less patient mood. Oops, that's not how I wanted to do that. Okay. Well, we got one gun. So I'll put the save state there. Let's stand back and hope not to get hit. But yeah, usually this boss was the one that took the longest to beat, or like in my last... when I finally beat the game, but as I was getting better at the game, like this boss, I was usually doing it in 1 or 2 tries. And usually I'd like pause halfway through just because I was tired of hitting the button over and over. So it's kind of a relief to do it with auto-fire. But I guess it's not really any faster this way. And just as prone to error. Like if I take a hit, basically it becomes impossible. And for a while I was trying to beat it without strafe, and I was getting pretty close, but it was really hard. Like at this phase, it's really hard to, you know, have to turn and face upward every time you move. To the left or right. Finally got a few hits in there. Like the bosses are really neat, but they're just physically taxing. Like at least the other crab, once you start hitting it, you can kind of keep it stunned a little bit, which once you hit it again, there we go. Alright. Time to head home. Oh yeah, the big battle here. Just a pile of them at once. I like seeing their feet kick. Guess they only need like 2 minimally different sprites. So one time in that room I hit a bug that sucked me into the wall, and ended my playthrough. That was the real reason that I did the save state. I should have done the save state before that room rather than after. Okay, almost back at the tank. I don't need that. the tank will refuel me. Alright. So now we gotta do this loop around. To get to stage 6. This has taken me about the normal amount of time. Usually it was about an hour to this section. And I spent the start of the stream talking about the differences I'd seen in the two manuals. Alright. Up, and then another one across, then another one to the right. This all looks the same. That moment where I wonder if there's a bug because it stops you from going in the hole. So, like, there's a whole dungeon off to the right there. I don't remember there being anything particularly good in here, but you can go in there. And actually, you can get out of the tank, like right here, and then go swim there. It seems kind of weird that there's... well, I guess it makes sense. When you're first exploring the area, you would go and check in that room. Maybe. But I feel like you don't think to get out of the tank until you get to the dead end at the bottom of that watery area. And you have to get out of the tank to get to that room there. And it's just an optional dungeon in there. Anyway, into the freezer area. I think it's interesting that this area has like an industrial setting rather than, you know, it doesn't seem to be like an icy mountain. It seems to be some sort of factory or military base, maybe. Yeah, they look like spikes. but those don't actually damage you. There are spiky walls that do damage you in this game. It seems strange that those ones don't. Ay! Whoa! It's best to just let these guys walk off. Okay. Made it through those rooms. Yeah, like those spikes damage you. I tried to jump into them to grab the power. But it was not effective. Alright. Now this section was always iffy. And those enemies do not replenish power. These teleporty guys. That's why I don't even bother to try and kill them, but... Wait! Oh! Power that I was used to seeing there is not there. That might be a difference. I think there should be 4 power right there at the end of the room. I wonder if that was added. That could be a difference. Because, like, that was always there. Oh, this is so much better with auto fire. Is there not gun power up in this room either? Okay, there's lightning. Okay, there's gun. Okay, so that's normal. I think that's... Once I saw one appear over here, but it seemed to be iffy, and I'm not seeing it here, so that could be the same. but it's not too big a deal. Because you tend to get gun power-ups from these things. This feels interesting with rapid fire. So normally it would look more like this. It's funny, there's a lot of slowdown when you shoot at a wall with this. I guess all the generating the explosion effects. Okay, what's this boss? Oh yeah, it's this thing. So I guess this one I should probably just grenade. So I listen for the sound. Does that mean it's done? The sound did change. I guess that was the... Well, it's pretty easy. So there's a picture... Hang on, this room... There's a picture of this room in the Japanese manual. I'm not exactly sure what it says, but in this picture... Maybe I can zoom in here. It shows the tank here, where it'll be stuck. I didn't go through this too carefully, but I'm wondering if this is giving you a tip not to get out of your tank too far from an entrance, because you might get stuck. I could tell that this part was saying that you would need to enter these doors to go between areas, I think, but I didn't get the full sense of what this page said. Anyhow, I just thought it was funny that there's a diagram of someone playing the game and being in this room and being stuck, having to restart. Hang on. I think it might have... Maybe I didn't. Maybe everything's fine. It feels like I resized the window, but it looks okay. I like the window size to be exact so that I avoid uneven scaling as much as I can. Hi there, Sinistubborn. How's it going? Okay, so what did I just do? Oh yeah, I just got the wall climbing ability. So I can walk up the wall like that. Don't need that here, I gotta go back. I love how this is constructed though, with there being essentially a quick way back from every area that's unlocked by completing that area. I remember with Heberike, Euphoria, That one was much more open. You could kind of go a few ways before you had to unlock something. Whereas this, it isn't really, it is really divided up into stages. Like, you're just supposed to, like, you know where you're supposed to be at each stage. But Euphoria is more open. Yeah, that would have been a really neat game to have earlier on. I haven't actually done a proper playthrough of it yet. I've played a bunch of parts of it. But it's probably one I should stream at some point. That one has more significant Japanese and English differences. Well, maybe only more significant because you know, they kind of changed the characters significantly, which I guess they did in this. But it has a lot of text, and they had to localize it. But yeah, when Euphoria came out on Wii U, it was on the Wii U PC, and I bought it as soon as I saw it there. But then I realized it was the PAL ROM, but their emulator was NTSC only, so all the music was playing at the wrong frequency, or like with the bass line at the wrong frequency, and it sounds terrible. So I didn't even want to play it on the Wii U. But yeah, I ended up just playing it mostly in another emulator. There is, like an NTSC patched, like there's a ROM hack available for that, I think. And okay, so I don't go through there, I go further down. To the bottom left here. Oops. Oops. I like how the wall climb is sort of gradually introduced, because eventually you get the ceiling climb as well. But, like, at this point, it doesn't seem like an inconvenience. It's a little bit of an inconvenience, like you run into walls and you start climbing unexpectedly, but the wall climb becomes a major hazard. It's just like, it feels like resets to learning how to move in the game again. Like this room in particular, like all these little one block rises kind of gives an inkling of how the game is controlling differently now. Okay, stage 7. so we'll pick that up. I don't know, there's similarly like an NTSC patch for Gimmick, which also got a European release, but not a North American one. And I don't know if either of them does more than replacing the sound samples from the Japanese version, and then probably just disabling a thing that changes how fast it plays the music. I don't know if it has to do more than that. I don't remember any like scanline effects in Gimmick or in Hyperike Euphoria. That's another thing about Sunsoft. Like, they really didn't do any, like, weird hardware tricks. From what I recall. At least I can't think of any in it. I haven't played all their games, but... like, they do all the normal NES things. And they just make really good use of it all. To make a really nice looking and nice feeling game. Whereas, like, Konami or Rare, they seem like they're always looking to do something impressive. I guess I don't need to come through here. I've got... well, I guess I can load up. There's some stuff in this room, too. But their approach to technology seems more modest. They seem more interested in just working with what they've got. Which might have made it easier for their games to be edited for PAL and stuff like that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Almost fell in the lava there. Sorry about the coughing. A little bit of moisture caught in my throat. What was this boss? Oh yeah, this was the frog boss. So this area, because you can stock up before you come in. I don't know, this area is pretty forgiving in terms of like how much gun power it gives you. I just lost some, I can get it right back here. There's a little detour up there, but it doesn't really go anywhere. I'm trying to think if any of these places are much of a maze. I'm not really. More like the tank areas, like each stage is kind of its own place to explore. But once you've explored it once, like the direction to go isn't complicated. It tends to be just kind of... in most of them, is just go up and to the right. There's a little bit of back and forth, but they're not particularly large mazes or anything. Like large in terms of complexity, I mean. So it's kind of nice in the way that it's not... I think it's not hard to keep in memory. Alright. Maybe I'll take a save state there. So, I learned to beat this boss by basically memorizing its patterns. It is a sequence, and basically I just need to be able to avoid the fireballs. Which, if you're close, are hard to avoid. 3, 4, and then 4 hops, and then do that. And then the sequence starts over again. At first I thought it was random, and I thought it was going to be, like, impossible. Then once I started to see the sequence, it got easier and easier to avoid the fireballs and be in position. Okay, so here comes another... It's hard to be in position, and you can only hit it when its mouth is open. So there's a lot of waiting. Like, I can't attack it now, for instance. Even though I know what it's doing in that moment. Someone told me at the top of the screen you can't be hurt by it, which I haven't tested, but... sounds like an interesting... Oh! 4... Anyhow, I ended up really liking this boss, especially because, you know, there's no reason to fire most of the time, once you know the pattern. So it's very easy on the hands, like I just have to mash the grenade button at occasional moments, which I know when they're coming in advance, and one more. So 1 fireball, and then 2, 3, 4, and tongue. Oh, there we go. We got it. Oh, it made a cute croak noise when it exploded. Alright, so now we've got the wall climb. if you press down on the ceiling, you can use the lightning attack from the ceiling. That's funny. I don't think I'd done that before. That was an accident. Okay. So, off to the final area. So, yeah, here's where the wall climb is a nuisance. It's now really hard to jump off the edge of a ledge because you tend to catch it and climb around the wall instead. Which I feel like they could have omitted, and you'd still... Like, being able to do that, not so useful. Being able to go over the ledge is useful. Like, going up, sure. But going down is a hindrance. Which I think is both fun and also could easily be too much for someone. Like, that, I could see that definitely not being fun for people. But I don't know if those same people would have gotten this far to begin with, so... I kind of like it, but it's definitely, like, a spicy choice. I almost fell into the lava on my way out there. But anyway, I just feel like they could have omitted the going down over a ledge, and nobody would have missed it. But then again, like, all the enemies in the game can do that. Or, well, a lot of the enemies. The enemies that were in this room. So the way that works out, so that was a shortcut back to the start of the area here. No, I gotta go to the left. But like, these enemies can walk around the walls. And those enemies, maybe that's it. Maybe just those two types of enemies, but they're kind of everywhere. So wait, what did I do there that caused me to fall? Oh! If you're on a single tile like that, and you stop climbing, like you release the button while you're on the block, it just lets you go. That's kind of curious. So yeah, there's just so many things about the wall climb that are hard to get a feel for. And you end up dying a lot in the final stage. Like, first to learn how to do that, and then, like, how to jump from ledges again. And then you also have to learn the final stage and how to get through it, which is more difficult, I think, than any other stage in this game. Okay, let's go back to Area 3. Ooh. I think that's a continue, but that's okay. We're at the start of the start of the area. Continues always take you back to the start of the area. Which is why I assume that in the speedrun, continues are intentionally taken, because there's a lot of times you have to go back. And I assume you could save time just by going back. That enemy looked very eager. Okay. So here is the one place you need the wall climb to get to. Well, not really the one place, but you gotta watch out for those enemies, because they randomly appear here. But you need the wall climb to get around here. The spikes are in the way, so you can't... Or you need the ceiling climb, rather. Alright, final area. Oh, maybe I could get hover from those enemies. So, this room is really hard. And then I realized I could just walk through that. Take a couple damage. Is this Tehern? What's Tehern? I don't know what that means. Well, hi there, Hazemaker. How's it going on? Or what's going on? How's it going? One of those two. The urn? I'm not quite, I understand. Oh, the run. Well, I finished the game last night, and so now I'm playing through the Japanese version just to see the differences. And there aren't really that many differences, but... Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna blow up. I forgot where these guys were lying in wait to bomb me. Yeah, I'm playing another version of it. I've been cheating though. This is a more recreational playthrough. Guess I don't need that one. Alright. So we go up here because in this place there is hover fuel, which I need. Oh wait, you know what? I can save time. 1, 2, 3. I've been wondering, like, how much time you save by going through there. I guess I could have ran through there. If I had full health, I could have gotten to the end. Oh wait, no, this isn't the way. Actually, I guess it's safe for me to go now. So they kind of give you, like, just enough to get to the end here. It's a little bit unsafe, but it's faster. But basically, like, if you continue on the last stage, like, you need to build up your hover or you can't... that enemy just disappeared. So there's a full hover complement. Unfortunately, there's not a fast way back. But it does pretty much refill your power there. It's weird that there's like this spinning version of that enemy, and it drops hover. Usually they drop power, I think. But there's been a few cases where there's been like a variant of an enemy, and they drop something different. Anyhow, that should be it for this area. 99 homing, that's good. Homing's the most directly useful one, I think. The missiles do the most damage. Lightning's really hard to aim. It goes down, but at random angles. I should probably switch to homing, because down here there's this enemy, which can knock me off the platform. Ah! No! It's so hard. You forget that the controls have changed for a moment. And you go over the edge instead of jumping. So what I need to do is jump before I try to move horizontally. Like, just jump and then move horizontally. That's the big lesson to learn for the later part of the game. Because if you're holding left when you're near a corner, you flip over it. And if you're trying to jump, you might flip over the corner and then press jump to fall off. and fall into the spikes and take a bunch of damage. Like, wow, how did I not just explode there? I'm gonna respawn that enemy. So if I jump before I move, generally pretty okay here, but I have to remember that that's the thing to do now. Oh no! No! Okay, well, at least my power is back. And I should have enough hover to continue on. I think I'll save state here just because it's easy to think. But don't be fooled into jumping diagonally here. Hit jump twice to go straight up and engage hover and then move left. That's what I had to learn to get through there. This room, immensely easier if you just do that, I found. Take a little bit of damage, but you'll probably get it back in this room. Over here. Aye. Sooner or later, one of these will hit. Or maybe not. Oh, I guess I can use these. Okay. So my strategy here is to jump straight up and then nudge to the right in the air, which gets me enough off the side. Oh, and my other strategy, get out of the tank to fight these enemies. But I can only do that if there's a platform, because these guys can knock me around. Anyhow. Because if you try to nudge over the corner, you'll end up going around the corner and into the spike. But once you're off the edge like this, and those spots need a little bit of So it doesn't matter that those guys deal some damage to me because I get healed in the tank. So it's better that I take the damage than the tank. So about here, jump, nudge, and then jump, hold right. They can easily knock me back into the spikes. Anyhow, it took many tries to get through this room to work out a way of not taking severe damage through it. I think at this point I'm pretty good at it. I only take minor damage through it. Ooh. Ah, forgot to hover there. Oh! I'm alive. I'm alive with 1 extra health. Maybe this is where the save state, I don't know. Could probably pick up some health in this room. Trying to think of a safe way to attack this mine here. Why are none of you giving me health? Trying to be very cautious here. Either Enigma Wave. There, that's nice. Maybe this enemy will come back and let me destroy it for health. Yes! Good. Okay, we're back to half health. That's pretty good. And this room is really nice. Actually, so this area is basically like a free total refill. Like, it's very short, and get a little bit of every power up there. I could do it twice for full gunpowder, but the other nice thing is that it respawns all the enemies in this room to go into the dungeon. So now, if I need health for my tank, I have an opportunity to get some. So this room, though it doesn't really look like it at first glance, is actually a nice kind of bit of respite. See, now we're doing quite well. And this room is tough, but at this point we don't need to worry about coming back, so... Oh! That's mean. I thought I could... It stopped me from going along the ceiling there. That would have been nice. I think it's safer along the ceiling, or it would be, if you could actually walk on it, but apparently you can't. Because they put that little spot there. Anyhow. All you have to do is get through that room, and then you're home free. This is the last place you ever need to get the tank to. In fact... just for fun... I feel like stranding the tank. Alright. I don't know why I think this is fun, but I'm never going back to that tank. Alright. So, I discovered that there is a gun power-up over here. And there's another one over here. So it's easy to have full gun for the final boss. But I'm also cheating and using auto-fire and the grenade trick at this point. But I thought maybe I'd spend a little more time on the final boss. I just want to see how it behaves a bit more, because I felt like I got lucky, like I was running away from its whip, and I ran into a spot in the corner that seemed to be very safe by accident. I felt I should maybe see what it's like to fight it more normally. So, like, okay, it chases you. Okay, it has a diagonal whip. That seems pretty tough. This is the alternate strategy I'm developing. I don't want to mash, but also... Oh, okay. Took out his shield. Seems like I could take it in a circle. Okay. It seems doable. I'm not going to do it, but... in the easy way. Oh, no. Huh. So the corner isn't always safe. I guess it's just sometimes safe. There we go. Oh wait, I can just use the... Maybe I can't. Maybe that doesn't... This boss disappears when you pause. Okay, so that trick doesn't work on it, I guess. It's funny. It's okay. So this is the easy way. So I guess going around in circles around it, that seems pretty viable. But let's see what the ending's like. Oh! Hey, wait, I don't think we saw... I don't remember seeing that. Maybe I did. He's alone! Oh! I thought Jennifer would be with him. I thought Jennifer would be next to him. Yeah, the tower looked different. Yeah, it seemed unfamiliar. And did the ground turn, or did the field turn from red to green? I don't know. Can't remember. I'm gonna have to check the video. Hi there, you online time? How's it going? We're here at the end of Blaster Master. Oh, the credit scroll! I hadn't thought about that being an unusual thing, but yeah, I guess it's just they use one big sprite for the crest. And there's a vertical bar along the whole credits. Fake MMC5, yeah. Oh, there we go. There's the two of them. Still says very thanks. The end is written differently. Oh, so that really nicely written the end was not from this one. Instead, it's like that computer font. The the font that was made to be machine readable by machines in the 50s or 40s or whenever. That gets used on like banks, like checks and stuff. That became known as like the computer font for a long time in the 80s. Yeah, it was made basically for bank checks, but I think it was for other purposes. But yeah, it was meant to be optically readable by machines with the technology at the time, which was like the 50s or 60s, I don't know. And that font became associated with computers. But yeah, you still see it in bank check numbers. I don't know if there's anywhere else it's really used anymore. It only has numbers in it? I thought it was used for other things besides that, but maybe. So, and then I guess they made fonts that were inspired by it. Anyway, so that was Chou-Wakusei Senki Metafight. The original version of Blaster Master. It's pretty much the same game, except for a little bit in the ending, a lot in the intro, or the entire intro, and that one room in the middle of the game, which was really fussy to figure out how to do. You have to do a flying, instead of like the treacherous climbing down a bunch of ledges, which is hard. It took me a couple tries to realize what to do there, because you can't jump, you have to fall down. Because if you fall too far, you just die instantly. But in this one, you had to like do a huge flying jump, and then there's a tiny piece of ladder down at the bottom, which you have to press A when you're overlapping it to grab the ladder, which is a mechanic that's not trained anywhere. Because you don't need to grab a ladder anywhere else in the game. OCRA and OCRB, is that what they're called? But this version had infinite continues, which meant that room was easy to retry as many times as you needed to. And it wasn't going to be a game over situation. You would just keep trying it. But the thing I was saying about that is that, let me get to the last, or not that page, this page, the game over page. I believe it says right here that you only have 5 continues, which is weird because you have unlimited continues. And then in the English version, you only had 5 continues, which makes me think it was an accident that they left it at infinite continues and they intended it to have 5. And they just forgot and they fixed it for the US version. That's what that feels like to me. But I don't know. Anyway, that was a good game. There's a little bit of an abbreviated playthrough, a few save states used there, and taking advantage of the grenade trick and other stuff. But I like this game. I like this game a lot. So Nora's, I don't know where there's an S, because there's no S on it in the manual, but Sophia the Third turned out to be the planet. Oh, and I think pressing start here went back to the title screen in the US version, but not in this one. But there's nothing going on in the title screen in this one. It doesn't flash, there's no intro, it just hangs here for as long as you want before you push start. And just to show, instead of a tunnel in a cave, it's this like launching area going into a hole. I don't know. Or into a red area. You keep your items? Oh, that's cool. I didn't think to check that. So... Huh. Oh yeah, I seem to recall something on the cutting room floor that was talking about your items get reset when you start the game, like during the intro in the US version, which is something I noticed about the attract mode. Your bosses, if you killed bosses and then game overed, and it would go back to the start. The US version has the attract mode that shows the game being played and some of the bosses. The bosses won't be there, so the character will just be walking around in an empty room. I'm wondering here though, if I end, will this reset? Like there I just did a soft reset and then started the game and everything was... No, everything's still there, so you can end and then come back in. That's kind of funny. That was an accident. Stupid wall climb. So I haven't even used like the wall climb on most of this game, and I was thinking I could pick up hover and then go back to area 5, but now I realize I could just do this. So there's nothing to go back to that area 4. That's really treacherous. It's kind of funny. Anyhow, that was Chou-Wakusei Senki Metafight. And I'm gonna say goodnight. So thanks everybody for hanging out.